Hello everyone, you're watching Let's Talk About Prepping. I'm Tyler, your host, and in this video, I want to share this food storage test that I absolutely dreamt up. So cards on the table, I've got a bit of a sweet tooth, and every once in a while I switch into search and destroy mode, looking for some sugar to devour. Now if you're like me, you like mint things every once in a while, but not all the time, and so it's a bit of a disaster when you go to the candy jar and you find some candy canes or some mint gum in there with the rest of the candy, like the vanilla Tootsie Rolls, which really don't deserve to be tainted that way. Like I said, I like mint, but when you mix mint with another candy, that candy now tastes like mint. And when I've got a hankering for a certain candy, it's often not mint. It's pretty interesting how mint can infiltrate some candy wrappings, even factory sealed plastic. And I'm always thinking about things in relation to prepping and trying to be analytical about things, which I think is a good way to be when it comes to prepping and not just slapping sacks together. So I ended up trying to think of a way that I can use this to look at food storage and how mint might help us look at how submicron particulate matter, big words here, can infiltrate some of our various types of food storage packaging. So what I have here is a variety of different types of packaging. I'm going to stick them in the candy jar here with some mint and let them sit there for a while and start testing it and see what happens.
Alright, so our first victim today is a basic protein staple, our top ramen. Now it's got a plastic wrap, so I really don't have a lot of confidence on it keeping the mint particles out. The Cliff Bars have a little bit of a foil lining, so they might actually. Now the tuna packet is made out of sort of a mylar type metal foil, so I've got quite a bit of confidence that that will keep the scent out, but we'll see. The beef jerky, again, plastic wrap. It's pretty well sealed, so I don't know. I guess we'll end up seeing whether or not it'll keep it out. Definitely one to be tested. Now, this Quest bar, it's plastic, sort of a malleable plastic. It might have a foil lining, so I don't know. We'll find out when we open it, whether it has one like the Cliff Bar. Now, the hard plastic containers, like this peanut butter jar, I don't know if that will keep things out or if it's just as permeable as things like the soft plastic wrap, and same thing with this ground cinnamon. Everybody stores spices, I hope, so we want to see whether or not air gets in that. The Jiffy corn mix, that is also a plastic bag inside of the cardboard. It's a little bit different than the rest of the plastics, so we'll see. Now, I really don't have a lot of confidence with the brown rice. I really think that that's going to let a lot of the air and mint molecules permeate, but definitely want to test it out. Maybe make some Rice Krispies if it gets minty. Now, the Airheads have a totally foil wrapper, and I think that that one is going to keep it out, but this plastic wrap, it just doesn't do the trick. Snickers bars, things like that, and similar plastic, they get minty. So this is just some brown rice like the bag, but I put it into one of my homemade Mylar pouches. I didn't use an oxygen absorber because the point of this is just to see how the Mylar acts as a barrier. I think that the oxygen absorber is sort of a moot point once the particles are in or not. Now, clearly, this food saver pouch of rice that I made is just too big for the space that I have here. But you know what? My mom always told me I was a real fart smeller, so I made a smaller one. And that fits just fine, and the lid will go right onto here after we get some mint in there. So let the abomination begin. So I'm just going to take these out. As you can see, it's already pretty minty. That just wafted out and filled the room right as soon as I opened that package. So I'm just going to dump these in here, sort of get them put throughout the container and give them a maximum chance of permeating the entire space that they're in.
Alright, I don't know if that looked as minty as it smelled, but I can tell you that some of that stuff is going to taste like mint whenever I make myself scarf it down for the test videos. Anyways, like I said, this is just something that I dreamt up, and I haven't done any real research yet, but I am going to look up some research into the micron size of fragrance particles. So I hope this was interesting. I hope it gives you some ideas about how you've got your food stored. and not to be spraying any of that Axe body spray nearby. Anyways, share your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm going to go suck on this thing until it's a formidable weapon, like any prepper would. Thanks for watching and stay tuned with Let's Talk About Prepping for future videos. Stay safe out there, everyone.